What is happening, y'all? Welcome on back. So we are starting off from the Southern Aeonia Swap Bank. We haven't done a quick level check in a while, so just to see where everything is at on stats. Vigor is still at 40, of course. Endurance at 25. We're working on getting Dex up to 30 for the quality build. Now our true stats are actually a little bit different. Of course, we have the Source Seal. I've had the Scar Seal on until now, and then I actually went back and edited to get the Source Seal in for an episode. So we went ahead and equipped that, so I'm getting 5 points across the board. So some extra points coming into Vigor from there. We of course have Erdtree Favor boosting our stats up a little bit. We have a little bit of stamina coming from this. So our true stats are a little bit different from our level up stats. But just to give an idea of where we're getting boosts from, we have a boost from that. We have a boost from our Great Rune, of course. We have a boost from this. So in actuality, we're at 50 Vigor, 37 Endurance, Strength and Dex at 40 and 32. But either way, let's get started. So we're gonna head right up in here. Town of Sorcery. Before you do so, Carrion Retaliation on a shield, definitely going to be nice. In terms of progression, I've put Barricade Shield on the Turtle, and I've moved Carrion over to the Spiral Horn because small shields in general have better parry frames. Now the easiest way to do this is going to be to just stay along the road. There's a guy up there that's going to throw some pots at you, but as long as you're moving quick, he shouldn't be an issue. So you can snag up a couple of these loose items on the way. One more over there. Once you get to the Selia Gateway, you'll see a guard dog. This guy can attack, so just stay to the right a little bit and he shouldn't bother you. Go on over here and talk to Gallery. Now this is going to start the Millicent quest chain. Another pretty long quest chain, but just burn through his dialogue. He's going to ask you to find a golden needle for him. We of course already got that, so just keep talking. Since we already have the needle, he just gives us Celia's secret. When he says he needs time with it, we're just going to do this. We're going to quit the game to refresh the world state. Alternatively, you could go back to a Grace and run on over here. But I think this is just faster. I mean, it takes, what, 10 seconds to load back in? So, go on and do that. When we talk to him again, he's awaited your return. He's going to give us the unalloyed gold needle, which is what we want.
Do you find I would show? Well, I'm the mere bet she is, but the rotting I doubt it. Oh,
So you can continue through with this dialogue if you want. There's nothing else we need to do with him for now. So for now, the first step of that is done. So next we're going to head on inside Selia. And we're going to solve the puzzle here. The note he gave us explains it. We got to light 3 towers. But there's a bunch of just crap here, just sorcery dudes. Initially, at least, just run straight on through. We're not gonna worry about any of these guys. We will grab this painting now. We're gonna be solving that much later. And then while we're here, just for good measure, I'm gonna grab this for y'all. We're not gonna really need this Grace, but this way, if we die while we're doing all this stuff, it's a closer Grace to run from. So we're just going to continue on through, and then once we hit these stairs, we're going to head on up. I'm going to get a seed. And then we're going to light 3 towers. So our first one is right there. You can jump across, and then this one's a little bit tricky, but once you get up, let's head on up here. That jump's always been a little funky for me, just climbing up the, I don't know, mushrooms or whatever they are. So go on here and light it. And as you light the seals, or as you light the fires, seals around the town are going to be broken. We're going to be getting all of them at the end, so we're not worried about, like, oh, well, which door opened up yet? So don't worry about that stuff for now. Go over to here. We are going to grab this one piece of loot that's over here. Staff of Loss. If I remember, I believe that boosts invisibility sorceries. But by this point, if you're a sorcerer, you already have the best in slot staff with the Carrion Regal Scepter. And then we're going to get another really nice staff here that can do more damage, but it costs significantly more FP. So unless they patch it, I don't think it's really worth it. But right now, we're just going to be running across these rooftops. We're not worried about the stuff that's down below. No, I fell! If you fall, just make your way back to these steps. so we go to this tree, this rooftop, this rooftop. From here, from the middle, you can hop up top to get onto this one. And we're going to jump over to here. There was a loot on that one. Yeah, let's go get that first. Nope. Ah, my God. Messing up my jumps. Okay, I wanted to come here to grab that butterfly. It was my plan all along. Okay, up we go. Cross we go. Cross we go. Up we go. Dismount real fast. To drop and grab this one. Remount. And get back up top. Oh. Cerulean Tear Scarab. Remember, I believe that's another helmet. Yes. So whereas the one we already have reduces FP costs but increases damage taken, this one increases the effects of your Cerulean Tears but increases damage taken, which honestly I have never not had my Cerulean Tears fully heal me towards the end of the game. So I've never found a need for it. But once you hop up, oh my God. Well, that is the next tower we need to light. So we just gotta, come on. There we go. Let's get into a more, there we go. Nice spot where I'm not gonna fall off. Alright, that, I want to make sure that I have some knives on for this next part. Jump up here. Over, we can pop this dude. So he doesn't become a problem later. And we're going over to that roof, but before we get there, I'm gonna get this shiny, assuming I don't fall off. So you can see a shiny over there. Just try and hit it from here. Perfect. You need to get a little bit closer, that's also fine. But yeah, we want to take that little shiny out. And we're just going to hop across over to here. Oh, that was a little close. On over here to get a nice stonework key. And then we'll climb up and get the third tower. Okay, seal was broken somewhere in town. From here, let's just go back to the understair. I have a route from there to grab all the associated loots in this area. Right, and now we're going to be dealing with the sorcerers and whatnot in this area, so now's a good time to like actually buff up. If you want, you can bring out your summon. They're just going to, you know, help distract mainly. Have this guy right up these stairs. Here's our first chest. This is going to get you the Night Comet Sorcery, which is largely useless. Next, we turn around and go this way. Grab this chest. Spell Drake +1. And then we're just going to continue this loop around. Instead of those stairs, we're going to go this way up these stairs. Continue along. When you see this cart, go ahead and break it. We'll get that loot in a little bit. There's going to be a bunch of dudes here, so just be ready for them. That gives us another imbued sword key. And then there was something over here, something minor. Yeah, there we go. Kella's Lily. And then we're going to continue back around. There's going to be some poison grease by the stairs. And then we head north for a choke of a boss fight. once we come around, there's that last loot that I pointed out earlier that I said we would grab. Oh, that's the poison grease. Now, at least in my loops, this was the only stuff I really found of value here. There might be like a rune item tucked away that I missed, but there's nothing else here that I'm like, yeah, but you got to get that. So just continue along this path where we found the poison greaves. Instead of going up those stairs, we're gonna go over here for a boss fight. Now, this boss fight is a complete joke. I don't think you need your summons for it, but I mean, if you really want them, you know, I don't want to be the one to stop you from having your protective summons, but this is gonna be a breeze. It's basically just like 2 elite enemies, and neither of them are really a threat. You can see just how much damage we're doing here. I wish we could get that crazy thing she's using. We can't, unfortunately. Stop it. Let me kill you with a throwing knife. There we go. Oh, I think I hit her right in the head with it. Anyway, you get the Nox Flowing Sword. Kind of an interesting weapon. Its special thing turns it into like a whip. I don't know. It's alright. And here we have Lusat's Staff. Now, this staff is interesting. In terms of sorcery scaling, yes, this is the, quote, strongest staff in the game. But the problem with it, however, is that it makes all of your spells cost 150%. So if a spell would cost 100 FP to use, it's now 150 FP to use. And to be honest, the damage isn't that high. Even when you consider the additional scaling and going all the way up to like 80 intelligence, you're looking at maybe 15% more damage over the Carrion Regal Scepter. And frankly speaking, 15% more damage for a 50% increased cost, that is not something I can get behind. Now, there are very specific circumstances where this may be good. If it's the start of a fight and you're fighting a world boss and you pop your thing that gives you the infinite mana, while you have the infinite mana buff up, yeah, that's going to be great. It's just free damage. But for general progression and like fighting through a zone, you're going to burn through your FP so fast, it's just going to be miserable. So, to be honest, I would recommend upgrading your Carrion Regal Scepter. Carrion Regal Scepter is super strong. It has a good weapon art on it. That can get you through the game. So that's my recommendation. If you want to lose Lusat's, go for it. Just know that, you know, all of your spells are going to be pricier. So from here, we're just running down here. We're back to the Grace. You could teleport back here if you wanted. Just going to go this way. And right over here, pretty nice ashes. I could have grabbed these a little bit earlier. It's the Rotten Stray. And what's nice about this is it can apply rot. It's basically just a dog like that, and the only problem with it is it's not exactly the tankiest thing, you know? So if you're just looking, if you're going to be the thing that's distracting the boss and you're up front on it, that can certainly work out. We're heading into this mine right over here, just northwest. This is already on our map, by the way, so people are like, where is he going? I'm confused. This is the map that when we first came to this zone, this is where we popped out. Like way back in on like episode 3, so yeah, right there. But yeah, I mean, it can get rot on a boss, which is nice. Rot does last a long time. It does a lot of damage, but you need to be the distraction because those dogs are not going to tank very well. Let me see. I'm close to a level. Let me see. 3,000 runes. I'm thinking like a 7 sounds about right. 2,500. Maybe just a pinch short. Give me 2 2s. I probably have a couple levels I could actually get popping a bunch of those, but like I said, I like to save them. And oh my god, I'm 700 short. Give me 2 more 2s. I like to save them for instances like this. Not that it matters. This area is not a huge threat. The boss is a little tricky, I guess, but get that dex up. Alright. I believe there's a loot over here we grabbed back. Yeah, there should be a loot on that guy's corpse. We grabbed that back on the way out. And obviously, y'all might remember this area and how much this area sucked. Well, now it is time for us to get revenge. So the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to rush through and we're going to kill the parasites. The parasites are the most dangerous thing here. They're also the most annoying. So we're just going to run on up. Ignore the miners, ignore everything else. We're just going to get these parasites down. because they do that. It's one. There's one on this rooftop. Alright, there should be a third one. There he is on the roof, so we can get a little sneaky. Alright, and with all the parasites down, now we're just gonna leisurely stroll through this place and grab all the goodies. Now, these enemies shouldn't really be a threat with the level our weapon is now at. And this is just, you know, the normal weapon. This isn't even like counting the people that are rocking a +10 at this point. You shouldn't have an issue. You should just kill these things. Pop my lantern so we can see a little bit better. You can see a bunch of little loots around here. Cracked crystals. Get these. Those. Smithing 5. Which I think that's what we've been waiting on, isn't it? Oh yeah. Up to 15. What are you at? 13? Oh yeah, you're definitely going to be upgraded a bit after we're done this cave. Try and group them all up. Might be able to get a good Hoarfrost stomp out. Of course, if you came here earlier, you probably have it, but there's this chest. I don't think we actually... Yeah, looks like we didn't get it. Must just haul it ass out. But it's just consumables. It's gravity stuff. I think we got all of... Oh, there's some wall chunks over there. I don't need that. Don't need anything here. Do need that. I'm gonna have a ton of cracked crystals. All right. Now that we have everything, I think we got everything. We're gonna run and jump across, and then jump across, and then jump. Don't worry about that loot. We're gonna get that in a second. Let's see. I need her to come back, but we're the ambush around the corner. Him, more smithing stones. Afterwards, take out the doubles, proceed through. Okay, head up top. We go up the ladder, and then we drop for loot. Then we run the loop again. And we have an ambush and 2 more double guys. So right here, walk across. See, we're able to just drop on down and get that. But even then, I mean, it's just cuckoo glintstones, nothing of value. Are you coming down? Are you stuck? Running that same loop again. Okay, this time we're gonna go across. There's a centipede up top. So as always, when there's a centipede, that is our priority. I just don't like those things. They need to die. Like, as soon as I see them, I'm like, death comes for you. Die now. Though, to be fair, the guy we talked to, Gowry, later on in his questline, he lets us get that spell as an incantation. And boy, is it annoying. I think it's one of the better PvP incantations, just because the sheer chase on it is so insane. Like, it'll track people through rolls, it'll hunt you down, it'll circle around to get you. Golden rune. I believe that's it. It's a ghost climbing. Sombering off here in the corner, so of course get that. And we're going to continue along. Oh, before we continue along, right here. You can kick this down. That way if you die, you don't need to run the whole path again. This next part, you see a treasure. Looks good, looks inviting. You see a path over there, but there's a dude hiding, waiting for us. Look at him. Mr. Quick Feet. Take him out, then grab the dragon wound grease. Then we're going to go up here to the two that are praying. Should be pretty easy to take out. Going to grab Faithful's Canvas Talisman. It's going to be a flat boost to all incantations, so Faith builds, got something nice for you today. Let's see, after that, kick down ladder, ambush, take out the double, proceed through and kill the bull miner thing. Okay. So this boss he seems intimidating, but he's really not that bad. You're gonna fight a bunch of these things through the playthrough. He might be a bit tanky at this point. I will say that. He could definitely give you a slight run for your money, but just use your summon. The biggest thing here is just getting in damage and trying to open him up for a stagger. He has one AoE attack that it's like kind of dangerous, but I mean, I think we'll be fine. I don't see anybody that's been following this guide having that much trouble with this dude. That's the biggest threat, is when he starts doing his AoE stuff. Oh no, I'm out. I want to say these guys are immune to bleed. I'm not 100% on that, but they might be. Alright, when he does the big one, get away. Good time to heal. That'll lift you up and it'll throw you down. So bad at dodging that attack. Olay! Laser can't hit me if I'm under you. So, like I said, definitely a very, very tanky enemy. And to be honest, I don't even know if there is I don't know if they have a clear weakness. I mean, I just know they're very beefy. They're very resistant to, magic kind of works, physical kind of works. But yeah, they're a tanky enemy. Beating that though, we get a bunch of different things, including the Somberstone Miner's Ball Bearing, which is of course very nice. From there though, we are going to return to the entrance. Let me see where we're at. We're gonna do, yes, okay. So from here, let's head back to Selia Under Stair. And we're gonna go advance the Millicent quest line real fast. So next we're just gonna run through. We're gonna start the next episode turning in a bunch of stuff. Let's make that first left. With clearing all of the seals up here. This path is now cleared as well. I'm just run along. I'm just gonna go up these switchbacks here. There's a couple undead things that are gonna spawn, but it's nothing of major concern. You know, you can mostly just ignore these dudes. You're obviously intimately familiar with these balls by now. Farming balls. Same thing, just run near the cliff. Ball should miss you and go straight off the cliff. If you're looking at it, you'll get some souls. Graveyard has a bunch of stuff that's going to summon up. We're not worried about that. 2 pests over there guarding the church, so just stay a little bit to the left. I mean, you can fight them if you want, it doesn't matter. We're just trying to get into the church. Now this area has a bunch of sacramental buds, so make sure you pick them all on up. These are what we need to create the thing to cure rot, so you know, every one of these that you're picking up is an anti-rot item we're going to be able to make, so definitely get them all. They're very useful. Just being at a church, we get another sacred tier. We got all of them. This is Millicent. Go ahead and talk to her. Just burn through her dialogue. Over the needle.
To quell, but never mind. I would rather than some. Would you mind?
She stabs herself with the needle.
Well,
after that, she's gonna get sleepy, so we're gonna rest. Where are we at? How many do I have? Just one. Alright. After resting, she is now awake and alive and ready to go.
My apologies. Everything, even the night. Not that I could.
So she's going to give you the wearer's heirloom. If I remember, I believe that increases the dexterity. She says, fates, meet us again. We're good. Just confirm on that. Yes, dexterity. Now we're going to continue her questline real fast. We're just going to grab a dungeon. And this is for a different side quest. So we're not going to do the dungeon right now, but we're just going to unlock it so we can come back here later. But this is pretty easy. You see that giant skull? We're just going to kind of head towards that. And then we're going to veer off to the right a little bit. There's a bunch of undead stuff that'll spawn around here. You don't need to worry about any of that. You'll see a battle mage dude chilling here. So that is what we're looking for. When you see him, just straight behind him. And there is a false wall. Now, an entire cave hidden behind a false wall, right? Seems a little bit ridiculous. But anyway, this is the Selia hideaway. And you could certainly clear this now, but like I said, we're going to save and do it later. The main reason being that there is some stuff here that we need for the Mage Lady quest. You know, the mage we met down at the burrow a while ago. So it just makes sense to wait until we start doing her quest chain. So for now, I'd suggest just, you know, get the grace so that we have it for later. We'll be able to come back here. You're going to have to run outside to be able to fast travel, of course, because we are in a cave. So just work your way on up, and right about here, you should be good. Since we already talked to Millicent, we're going to run right over here to the heart of Aeonia. Mount up. And you're pretty much just going kind of east-northeast. We're just looking to zip our way back on over to where Gallery Shack is at. So when you see those structures, you know you're on the right path. This is like the front of Selia.
Oh, something. So I decided I've only perhaps. Well, I must stay. Well, I must.
Alright, once she has I must stay strong, same as before, we're going to save the game and return to the title. Alright, and now Millicent is gone and Gowry has returned. So just run through his dialogue. So Millicent paid a visit.
Seems, however, no, as I've is to be.
He now has a couple different sorceries available. In particular, I want to point out Night Maiden's Mist. This is actually one of the most damaging spells in the game if you can keep an enemy in it. It's going to create a big mist, literally just mist. And if the enemy stays in the mist, they take damage from the mist. You can also take damage from the mist, so you know, just be aware of that. But this is a great skill for those bigger bosses that are more stationary, things like Seed Beasts, things like the Erdtree things. And what's great is it's a fire and forget. So you throw this out and then you go back to whatever else you were doing. And this is going to rack up like 2,000 or 3,000 damage while the enemy just sits in it. So really solid spell I'd recommend for the mages. Brimstone Stars isn't bad, but this one's kind of dookie. This is fantastic though. So anyway, that is going to wrap things up to give you an idea of where we're going from here. So there's a couple things that are actually like kind of up on the hill that we're going to get. Let's see if I can show you all. You can see that thing up there. We're going to swing by and we're going to do that in the next episode. And then we're going to knock out a Nightbird. We're going to knock out a Night Rider. We're going to knock out a Dragon. And then we're going to make our way all the way down to Redmane Castle. So quite a bit of content to tackle coming up. But I will catch you all with that in just a little bit.